Alright, bunch of magic time. Playing some mulligans. We've had a lot of weird one-landers. Red Black Pirates in standard. Land to the bottom. Well, let's Mountain and Daring Buccaneer. Reveal Karizev. Get the beatdown started. And pass the turn. Irrigated farmland. Alright, looks like control. Well, let's Dragon Skull Summit. Get down Karizev. Get in with Buccaneer. Hit our opponent. Down to 18. Pass the turn. Plains for our opponent. And passes. Well, play Dragon Skull Summit. Go attacking. Hit our opponent for 5. Hopefully these freebooters are enough. Down to 13. And freeboot. Well, what's our opponent got in hand? Oh, this is the cycling deck. Okay. Now we gotta think this through. Oh boy. So, Censor, not scary. Farm can kill a creature next turn. Fumigate's a blowout. Renewed Faith, life gain is problematic. They have 2 lands. So, let's see. They play a land next turn. We hit our opponent for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and freebooter. Then they play a land the next turn, and we kill them if they don't hit something. I think we just got to go for the win. So we are going to take Renewed Faith, pass the turn. So our basic hope is that we can kill our opponent before they get Fumigate mana. Opponent cycles. If they get to Fumigate, we're probably going to lose. Chevet Dunes. Opponent passing. So play the Mountain, run out Freebooter. Take the removal spell. So opponent has 5 cards. Fumigate, land, search for Riscanta. Alright, so that's our opponent's hand. They have 1 cycler. So attack with everything. Hit our opponent. I mean, this is all we can do. Opponent cycles, the land. They could find like a Settle the Wreckage for next turn. Or another removal spell. So opponent's down to 7. We play Rigging Runner, and I mean, we basically just put our opponent to the test. Can they top deck at this turn, or are they dead? They're 1 mana away from Fumigate. You can see the difference between 4 mana Ras and 5 mana Ras. Opponent passes. Well, let's cycle. We could hit like another freebooter. Oh my god, we did. Play freebooter. That was a little lucky. That means we don't lose to Settle the Wreckage. Cycle into the 3rd freebooter. Woo! That was a good one. That was a really good one. Okay. All right. Blue-white cycling. Go down the shocks. They're not very good. Go down the braids. They're very ungood. Go up all the duresses. They're very good. Vance's blasting cannons. Lets us go long. How can we make Lost Legacy work? I mean, I guess we could start cutting creatures? How good is Deadeye Tracker? Actually seems pretty good. Let's bring in the Deadeye Trackers, go down a Scoundrel, and a Rigging Runner. Do we just run it like this? I guess Poisoner's not actually that great in a non-creature matchup. Let's go down a Poisoner for Lost Legacy, Poisoner for Lost Legacy. I guess we get to keep 1. Alright, let's try it like that, I think. Maybe we keep the Rigging Runner over a Poisoner. Poisoner is just not that great if there aren't creatures running around. Captivating Crew, no. March of the Drowned is actually interesting. If there's ever a matchup for March of the Drowned, let's bring in a March of the Drowned to help us clean up after a Wrath. Can we bring in the second one? I mean, if we're going to play them in our sideboard, this is the matchup where we would want them. We don't want to cut too many creatures, though. Let's try 1. Let's just try 1. Try it like that. This deck seems pretty sweet. Ooh, alright. Discard everywhere. And a Ruin Raider and a Tutor. So opponent leads on farmland. Well, let's Swamp and Duress our opponent. Well, let's just take Slash of Talons. That's the easiest thing to kill our creatures with. Island for our opponent. Well, Dragon Skull Summit, and let's carry Zev. It's a faster clock here. Opponent cycles a cast out. Pass the turn. Wouldn't mind a land. This does mean our opponent's going to have a countervailing winds, but I think that's okay. Land would be nice, though. Opponent plays a Rivulet. And there's the Drakehaven. Ugh. Well, let's freebooter. Take Cast Out. Ugh. The fact that they slip this Drakehaven in is going to be a problem. Hit our opponent for 3. And we whiffed on lands, which is not good. There's a farmland. Our opponent can start their Cycling Fest. Jeez. Not lining up. Attack, attack. Opponent takes it. Play Rigging Runner. Alright, opponent just counters it. Pass the turn. Opponent. Passing. Alright, let's get in with Carry Sev. Hit our opponent down to 12. Play the Mountain and play Ruin Raider. Draw a card. Alright, it's a land. Opponent's going to start making Drakes, I assume. And we do have to deal with that Settle the Wreckage at some point. Yeah, opponent cycles, makes a Drake. Settle in an unknown. Well, 2 unknowns now. Up to 4 cards in hand. Plays a land. Opponent. Uh-oh. I think they drew a Wrath. That's less than ideal. Down to 18. There's the Fumigate. Well, play the Mountain. Play Daring Buccaneer. Reveal Forerunner. Play Forerunner. Tutor up our Ruin Raider. And pass the turn. Another land for our opponent. Oh boy. That's a lot of Drakehavens. Well, play the Mountain. Go attacking. Hopefully our opponent does not have a Cycler. They do. Oh man. Not only a Cycler, but the best Cycler. Well, Lightning Strike a Drake. Opponent blocks, takes 2. Play a Ruin Raider to start drawing cards. We really need our opponent to start whiffing here. Land. And passes. Well, that's Lost Legacy. They drew a Cycler. Well, we got to take Settle the Wreckage. Although, I don't even know if it matters. We get to see our opponent's deck, though, which is good. They only had a land in hand. 2 more Fumigates. Bunch of removal. Alright, so their only win condition is Drakehaven. Which means if we could have Lost Legacy before Drakehaven, we would have got them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. They only have 7 more Cyclers left? 8. Alright, 8 Cyclers. We'll take the Settles. Opponent gets to draw a card. We get in with Daring Buccaneer. Hit our opponent. Opponent blocks. And blocks. Yep. Play Rigging Runner. Play Dragon Skull Summit. Pass the turn. Get a free card. More Rigging Runners. Oh, we didn't count the lands. Yeah, that's even more cycling. Here comes the Drakes. They just keep a-coming. We gotta preemptively answer these Drakehavens, and we weren't able to this game. Opponent passes. We draw a pretty useless Swamp. Well, get in with Rigging Runner. Opponent blocks and blocks, and blocks. So we kill a Drake, lose our Rigging Runner. Play Rigging Runner. Pass the turn. Draw a... Oh boy, more lands. Oh boy. They are being chained together, Cyclers into Cyclers, and yeah. Oh boy. Well, we know the good news is, if we can preemptively get rid of the Drakehavens, our opponent is going to have a very hard time winning. That's our only way of winning the game. There's Sheffet Dunes. But it's a little late now. We even had the discard on turn 1. We just didn't draw it in time. Opponent pumps the Dorks. Gonna hit us for a bunch. And yeah, with just 2 lands in hand, we're pretty dead now. Opponent hits us for 9. Yep. Down to 7. We draw a Daring Buccaneer. Get in with Rigging Runner. Opponent takes it. Play a Daring Buccaneer. Play a land, and I believe we're just dead. Yep, we're dead. Alright. Well, opponent got the Drakehavens that game. Good news is we're on the play for game 3, and now we know exactly what our opponent's doing. And that is that they're 100% dependent on Drakehaven. I think on the play especially, we're going to bring in Doomfalls. Maybe we just can't play the March of the Drowned, unfortunately. On the play, Doomfall comes down the turn before our opponent would be able to cast a Drakehaven. And that's our primary goal. That's the one thing that we need to be able to deal with. The primary thing, at least. And go down a Lightning Strike, I guess. Try it like that. The burn isn't that great anyway. All right, we'll see. On to game 3. We got discard like crazy, but can we get the Drakehavens before they come down? All right, we'll try this. I mean, Duress into Freebooter into Rune Raider to start drawing cards. That's kind of where we want to be. So let's Swamp and Duress our opponent. I guess we just get rid of Drakehaven number 1. Pass the turn. Plains for our opponent and Authority of the consoles. That does gain a bit of life and slow us down a smidge. Play a Mountain, get down our Freebooter, tapped. Take the Slash of Talons. So opponent's got 2 lands and a cast out. Pass the turn. Glacial Fortress for our opponent. Well, get in with Freebooter. Hit our opponent. Alright, they found a removal spell. We still get to get down Rune Raider, though. And start drawing cards. There's a Karizev. Tap land for our opponent. Well, play the Mountain, get down Freebooter to get rid of the removal spell. Comes into play tapped. Yep, take Slash of Talons. Opponent's down to Farmland and Cast Out. Get in with Rigging Runner. And let's just Rigging Runner. Tapped. Man, opponent's still at 20. Deadeye Tracker. Tapped. Opponent's up to 22. Pass the turn. We draw. Alright, opponent cycles the land. Daring Buccaneer. This Ruin Raider is making it pretty easy for us to just keep extending. Opponent passes. Ooh, that's a rowdy crew. Well, go to combat. Attack, attack, attack. Opponent takes it. Uh-oh, cast out? There's the cast out. Alright, hits Ruin Raider. Yeah, let's play Karizev. Pass the turn. Start exploring with this tracker. Opponent's down to 1 card in hand. Alright, start exiling. Karizev, Graveyard. Canyon Slough. Attack with everything. Hopefully their last card is not Settle. That would be obnoxious. Opponent takes it. Down to 13. Well, Daring Buccaneer, reveal crew, and pass the turn. Opponent cycles. They need a Fumigate, basically. Wow, they cycled into it. Alright. Well, cycle Canyon Slough. That was a good draw for the opponent. Play Rowdy Crew. And pass the turn. Opponent. Passing. Well, get in with Rowdy Crew. Play Daring Buccaneer. Play Freebooter. Opponent draws 2. Well, take Illumination. Hand is just 2 Slash of Talons. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. Well, let's cycle the land. More lands. And even more lands. That's not good. Hit our opponent. Kills Daring Buccaneer. Takes 3. Well, play a land, pass the turn. I think the Flood is getting us. Oh, alright, Cycler. Land for our opponent. And they found it. Alright. We draw more lands. Well, hit our opponent with Rowdy Crew. Oh, we had a chance, too. We had a chance, but things are falling apart. We're flooding out, and our opponent found the Drakehaven, which is where things spiral out of control. Daring Buccaneer, not a great card in this scenario. Get in with Rowdy Crew. Opponent takes it. Pass the turn. Opponent plays the land, and passes. Well, get in with Rowdy Crew. Opponent finds their Cycler. Yeah, we just couldn't find it. We couldn't find our hate cards. Opponent blocks. Play the land. Pass the turn. Land for our opponent. And passes. Well, get in with Rowdy Crew. Opponent finds renewed faith to keep the cycling train a-running. Gain some life. Oh, no. Alright, that's the nightmare. Cycler into Cycler. And yeah, this is where we lose. Play Ruin Raider. Opponent gains a life. Play carries Ev. Opponent gains life. Pass the turn, draw a swamp. More. Oh boy. Yeah. This is a really frustrating end. Opponent finds a Gideon. Well, we just didn't draw our sideboard cards. We got rid of a Drakehaven, but our opponent managed to find another one. So, happy days for them. Attack our opponent with carries Ev. Opponent's going to gain a life. Ragavan at Gideon. Play Daring Buccaneer. Opponent gains a life. Pass the turn. We draw. Oh, there it is. Too late, unfortunately. Opponent takes up the Gideon. Well, that's Lost Legacy. Unsettle the Wreckage. Opponent's got infinite removal spells in hand. Draws a card. Attack our opponent, attack Gideon. Make a monkey. At Gideon. Opponent gains a life. Opponent blocks. Kills, carries Ev. Play the swamp. Play Neckbreaker. Pass the turn, draw a Duress. The good news is our opponent has very few cyclers left in their deck. Opponent does some looting. This is going to trigger their Drakehaven. And that might be enough to make us lose all by itself, honestly. And search for his Kanta. Takes up Gideon. I'll cycle this land. Attack Gideon. Yeah, I think things are just falling apart, unfortunately. Opponent blocks and blocks. We duress. Opponent cycles, makes 2 more flyers. This is a sad one. I feel like we're actually in pretty good shape in this matchup because our sideboard cards are so insanely good, but you gotta draw them at the right time. And our opponent just managed to draw more Drakehavens than we drew ways to deal with Drakehaven. Search for his Kanta is gonna flip. Yep. Fires up the Gideon. Opponent. Well, kill a Drake. Take our beats. But I assume this one's just over. We just, yeah. Fumigate. Alright. Well. Man. So close. And yet so far. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.